let's just switch back to A for a moment. Oh, that is... Thank you, Mike. Hello, everybody. My name is Andy Ferris. I'm the Guitar Geek. And I'm here with CGS. Mike, thank you for being here with me, mate. Mike has got this lovely little heritage guitar. I have an Albatroz from Maybach. But the thing that we're talking to you about today is this thing, this wonderful head from Tone King. And it is the, the Royalist. I almost forgot the name of the amp then. It is a 2-channel amp. But what it is, it's 2 channels, but both channels are either the same or different. But what it is, you've got a Marshall Bluesbreaker, you've also got a Marshall JTM45 or a Superlead. So that is here on the voicing section. If we can just get, there we are, beautiful. So right, currently I'm on the Bluesbreaker setting on channel A. I could flip it to the JTM45, or I could even go to the Superlead. And then on channel B, I can have it the same. So we're both on Superlead at the moment, or I could have one Bluesbreaker, one Superlead. One of the best things about this amp so far, I've found, is that it's got the attenuator. Wow, do you see that was like lightning in that switch? Thank you. Yeah, they've all got the separate channels have a separate attenuator.
What?
So what I like to do is I play in a blues rock band, and I have a Marshall SV20, which is a plexi style amp, and I also have a Bluesbreaker amp, but it's far too heavy for me to carry around, and the band actually banned me from bringing it because it's so heavy. I don't carry my own stuff anymore. You know how it is.
Yeah.
A couple of years on YouTube. So what I'd like to do is I currently have the SV20 with a plexi pedal in front of it to give me more gain. But what I could do with this is I could have a clean Bluesbreaker or JTM45 on a fairly low attenuation, so have the attenuation almost not touching it, and have the volume down, like as it is setting here, giving us a clean sound. Then on channel B, have the same amp, but have that with more gain, and then the attenuation, oh, it is already down. So what then if I use my foot switch, like that, it's down there. Or I could switch it here, I guess, if I was being less lazy. What I'm trying to say is you've got 2 amps that you can have a clean one and a dirty one.
Perfect.
And who doesn't like a dirty one?
Hey.
So, Mike and I are going to run through some sounds. Maybe, as I've got you, you could play something for me. I quite like the A and the thing that you were doing earlier. And I'll just switch between the 3 different amp. I'll just switch between the 3 different amp types.
Okay.
Okay, so hang on, wait. I've got a channel A. Therefore, we've got the attenuation is nothing, and we're on low gain. So we're going to start with some low gain stuff at the moment.
Yeah, you gotta hit.
I got to hit. Do you want to do that? There we go. So now we're on channel A, a fairly low volume, so low gainy sound, something clean. Would you give us that, Mike? Beautiful. And we also got no attenuation. So what I'll do is I'll switch between the different amp types on the low gain, and we'll do the same thing on channel B, which will be a slightly higher gain. So if you would play for me, please. Thank you, Mike. So that Superlead sound, and I'm not sure if I'm allowed to use the name Superlead, but we're going to call it 64, 67, and 70. Screw it. The Bluesbreaker, the JTM45, and the Superlead. That's noticeably brighter, which is a good thing. However, we did have the fat switch on. This is the push-pull on the volume.
Oh, wow.
So if I can get the amp close up just for a second, there we go. Pushing that in is going to be less fat. So we're going to go back to that 64, and if you do the same thing for me. right? So traditionally what you get from the Bluesbreaker and the JTM45 sound was when you pump that volume of that massive amp up, Marshall, you're going to get a bit of the thicky, woolly Clapton tone. That's why the Bluesbreaker came along, because it was called the Bluesbreaker after John Mayall and the Bluesbreakers with Eric Clapton. But if you want to do that at low volumes, you don't have to boost the bass, you've got the fat pull-out. I'm just going to check that is correct. Yeah, I didn't get shouted at or things thrown at me, which means I got it right. Yeah, so also I should say the second channel we had was not pulled out, so the second channel was not fatty mode. Should we do the higher gain channel now, which is attenuated, and I'll switch between the fatty and non-fatty? Okay. Right, we're going to start off with a Bluesbreaker, go into JTM45, then the Superlead. You can do whatever the hell you want.
Same way.
So I've got to switch it first. Do you want to? Can you reach it? Magic. Off you go. So the Superlead is notoriously a brighter amp than the other two, and then adding that fatness in brings it a bit more, I don't know what the word is, but a bit more manageable. But if you want to be authentic, you don't turn it on, because it didn't have that, or didn't tend to. I'm going to test the attenuation a bit more by first doing it this way around so we don't blow anything up. First attenuating it, and then increasing the gain. Yeah, that's the right way to do it, isn't it? Not the other way. I'm going to upset some people. Right, I'm going to bring that down. We're now attenuating by 24 dB. Right, so Mike, if you would play for me again. Nice. So it's hard. Firstly, we're running through a monitor speaker. We're not actually hearing this hooked up to a cab, because Henning will run in and kick us in the face. Well, he'll kick Mike in the face. He wouldn't kick me in the face. I'm wearing glasses. But yeah, so we can't judge it fully because we're not hearing it in a band situation or a live situation with a cab. But what I can say is that I'm expecting that to work well. And I hope to hear it at another point with a cab, of course. Mike, I'm going to allow you to sit there and look like a cool dude for a moment, if I may play for a while. Just to hear what it would sound like, because the blues rock band, Mike's not in the band, unfortunately, we couldn't afford him, so they got me instead. I'm going to stick that on about 3/4 volume, and trying not to mask it with the headstock of the guitar. Notice I haven't messed with the EQ at all, and I want to go in Bluesbreaker mode, and I'll play some bad Clapton for you. Right. Rhythm pickup. Oh, that is full and thick. I might back the gain off a little bit and therefore attenuate less. This guitar's lost some of its notes. Okay, I want to do... Does it have an effects loop?
No.
It does not have an effects loop. So I wish it did, then I could put a reverb in it, or on it. But you just have to imagine. Or take your phone into a bathroom or something and play it in there. I'm going to stay there. It is fat. You've heard of slow hand, right? This is crap hand. So this has not been released yet. It's cooking in the kitchen, to use a term that they've been talking about right now. I'm intrigued. I'm not fully happy that I've heard it properly, Mike, because we're hearing it through a setup that is attenuated again through a monitor speaker, and I honestly would like to have some reverb there so I could feel the sound and therefore feel a bit more in the music. Also, I'd like to rehearse a bit more. That would have been a good idea.
Wow.
What can we say?
Yeah.
But at least you're here. Okay, the Tone King Royalist is, I think it's gorgeous, by the way, but we haven't even looked at the amp to comment on the looks. It's got tubes in it, it's got knobs on it, it's got switches on it, it's got a handle, which works.
Looks right.
It looks right.
Great.
It looks great, sorry,
Yeah.
Mike. Yeah, it does. I think it's kind of a sort of Sound City high watt look mixed with the Bluesbreaker, and someone mentioned Cadillac earlier as well, which I picked up on. I don't know if they were trying to force that word into my brain, but it worked. Darn you, darn you. Yeah, I'm going to play it a little bit more after the video. Maybe make a second one with some tones on it. But firstly, I want to say thank you to CGS Mike. Thank you, mate. Love you too. And thank you to you for watching. Thank you to all the people here at 42 Gear Street. There's a hashtag, 42GSFOUR, will get you all the content that we've created here at this wonderful event. And go and check it out, as they say on YouTube. I hope you've enjoyed our little soiree this evening. Take care. Bye-bye. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Not to interrupt, but can you not just use the reverb in the aux with the foot switch?
I was going to suggest that, and I didn't know if we had it, and you didn't interrupt.
I didn't want to interrupt.
You could, just so you know, you can at any point.
Okay, right. Well, it's there if you want to like go back.
That's nice.
Very for here.
Let's just switch back to A for a moment. just turn the delay and reverb off, please, Matt? No, that one. That's the bugger. Ah, there we go. That's rock and roll. That compressed, in your face, dry. Alright, we're done, Matt. You can press stop now. Thank you, mate.
Thank
Are you
you.
sure?
Have we missed something?
Just because others have told me to stop and then they go, oh wait, actually.
No, mate, we're done. Thank you very much.
Okay.
But thank you for asking.
Thank you.